Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Big Turn interviews that we are doing up until the festival, which is getting closer and closer. So don't forget to get your tickets today or tomorrow or literally any day until the festival happens. We are only, I think, 6 weeks away, which is absolutely mind-boggling. But yes, so we were going to continue with these interviews. And this week I have with me Stacy Henle. So if you guys could do me a favor and give a warm welcome to Stacy, that would be lovely. Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
How are you
Thanks for
doing?
having me.
Of
Good. And
course. Yeah, thanks for
Merry
being
Christmas.
here. Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone who does celebrate or whatever they may celebrate. So yeah, I'm so glad to have you here. So this is going to be exciting. So
Well,
we're gonna just kind of start this off, very, standard interview questions, kind of things like that. So tell me a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and the music that you play.
okay. Well, again, Caitlin, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate
Yeah,
you having me on and taking the time to talk to me. And
of
I'm just
course.
feel really grateful to be able to even be a part of the Big Turn
Oh,
Music Festival. So,
yeah.
I actually I'm from Minnesota. Actually, I grew up in a small town called New Prague, Minnesota.
Ah, okay.
And
Okay.
so I when I go I grew up there and was a very involved in a lot of music. My family was a very musical family. My father was the
Mm.
band director of my high school.
Oh, that's so
So
special.
so I played the flute and the saxophone back then. And then when I graduated, I kind of just chucked the music and
Hmm.
ended up just doing science for decades. And then
Wow.
um about 15 years ago maybe I ended up starting to take piano lessons because I'd always wanted to, and so I just started doing it. And
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm from Minnesota originally, and so when I go back, uh, I'm just it's great because I can visit friends and family and stuff. So
Hmm. Nice. So you say
yeah,
when you come back, where are you now?
right now I live in Corvallis, Oregon, and yeah, I've been here 5 years and been out in Oregon since 2010. So
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
That's a long time. Oh,
yeah,
good. Good. Well, that makes us feel very special that you are coming all the way from Oregon to come play this fun festival in the little town of Red Wing, Minnesota. So that definitely makes us feel that feels pretty good. So the music, what kind of music do you play?
Well, I'm technically a singer-songwriter, so I'm a solo
Oh,
artist.
okay.
But I also have a duo that I'm working on as well. But we can talk about that later. But my music is singer-songwriter type, so it's like indie folk, kind of folkish, indie pop.
Okay.
So it's a mix, and I even have a sea shanty. So my writing
Oh
is kind of
yeah.
all over. I just write what I hear in my head, actually.
That's
So
that's good. That's good. That's
yeah.
awesome. Definitely a good way to kind of broaden your horizons with the people that you bring in for sure. Um,
Yeah.
so you said that, you grew up very, a very musical family, and then you dropped it, and then you just started taking some piano lessons. What did you say, 10 years ago?
Yeah, that was in 2010, so it was like 13 years ago. When I moved
Okay.
out to Oregon, actually, was when I
Hmm.
started piano. And then what happened was I started to attend they have like songwriting camps up here. Well, I started writing songs by like Googling, how do you write a song? Like just with
Right.
Google. And like, what are
Right.
the parts of the song? And so I just started doing that on my own. And then I noticed that there was a songwriting camp here through the Sisters Folk Festival out in
Mm.
Sisters, Oregon, and they had
Hmm.
a Sisters Songwriting Americana songwriting camp. So I was just
Hmm.
like, oh, I'll just go there and like learn how to do more writing and stuff. But that's a great camp.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I realized that it wasn't really songwriting per se. It was more like showcasing the songs that you had already written. So I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
That's
So I
cool.
did. yeah, it was a great experience actually. It was just
Mm.
really, and then that's kind of where I headed.
Mhm.
I've gone to their songwriting camp 4 times now over the years. I think I started
Wow.
in what year was that I started? I think I wrote it down here. And my first year was 2015 when I started there.
Oh, wow.
And I want to get in 2017 and then later in 2019. So I kind of, keep
Hmm.
keep going back. And then when you go back, you see old friends that go often and every year. And so
Yeah.
you make friends and you play with them, and it's just like kind of a little reunion every time you go back. And
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, that's so special.
yeah, and then also through that, I also met another gal who's from Nashville, and I did write a song with her there actually, Kristen
Hmm.
Andreasen, and she runs another music camp on the East Coast called Miles
Hmm.
of Music Island Camp, and
Ooh.
it's on an island, and it's really cool in
I
Lake
mean, come on.
Winnipesaukee. Yeah, right. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
yeah, it's amazing. The caliber of musicians there and the caliber of people are just like another like whole community. It's just like another heaven. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
a very shy person in general. I mean, I don't may not seem like it right now because it's one on one, but when I'm around groups of people, I kind of like go into a little shell.
Yep.
And so it's
Hmm.
been really, I feel like going to these camps really helps me get out of my shell and like make friends and actually exchange phone numbers and actually reach out to somebody. And, so
Right.
yeah. So that's also something that I've started to do at Big Turn. Like I met a couple really cool guys. Doyle Turner at the Big Turn, he played last year, and
Oh.
Ted Tunes, is his buddy.
Yes.
So those
Nice.
guys I met last year, and I've really like this year want to continue to meet more musicians,
Yeah.
and I mean it's a great
Hmm.
way to like find other people to play with and jam with and learn from and
Definitely.
stuff. So yeah.
For sure. That is so great. Now to kind of like backtrack, I guess a little, not necessarily backtrack, but we're talking more about Big Turn. Big Turn Music
Okay.
Festival. We've had it since 2018. How
Okay.
many years have you played with Big Turn?
So last year was my first year that I got
Oh,
to
okay.
attend, and I loved it. It was just such a. I mean, I the thought of coming back to Minnesota in February was a little like what am I thinking?
Yep,
I left
yep.
there for a reason, but it was so great because my friend Sarah, my childhood, like we grew up together, moved to Red Wing with her husband, and she kind of just sent me the link and was like, what a great excuse to come for a visit.
Yeah.
Uh yeah. And then I just applied, and luckily I got it, I got accepted.
Yeah.
And so I came,
Yeah.
and my mother was able to come and see me actually perform for the
Yay.
very first time ever in public.
What?
Yeah,
That's
so it's
awesome.
really
That's so
special,
good.
very special. It was a
Good.
really great opportunity to get together with friends, and I've kind of emphasized that I want to make Big Turn an annual event for me. I want to make it like kind of an
Yeah.
annual return, just return to family and return to community. And I
Hmm.
love how all the venues are, like
Yep.
they're so different, and there's like my dream would be to play in that theater, man. That's gorgeous. And
Yes,
just
it's a big
it
place.
was so much great music there. Oh my gosh, I
Hmm.
just had a ball. And then I got to hang out with
Yeah.
my cousins and stuff while I was there,
Yeah.
and just enjoy music, after I was done working. So it's pretty great.
Right. Right. That's so special. And that's kind of what we aim for, with Big Turn. And just we're so like music focused and like we are a music festival, of course, but we're definitely, our main thing is to just, create that discovery through music, in even in the smallest of towns and the some of the coldest times of Minnesota, like we're still bringing people together with music. And so that's from the, I guess, the business aspect or something from the other side. Like it's cool to hear that despite, everything, it still brings people together in the cold and in Minnesota in a very
Right?
small little town. Like it definitely makes our hearts very warm to hear that that's the effect that it has on people to just gather together to have music and to have your mom listen to you, hear you finally play for the first time, like at Big Turn, like that's so special. And so thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. Like that's we really that makes us very happy. I can definitely tell you that. So you found
Good.
out about Big Turn because of family member. You said your sister sent you a link or your
It was my
cousin?
childhood friend that
Oh, your
lives
child
there.
friend.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
well, good on them for doing that. I'm glad that they
Yeah.
sent you that. Yeah. So you
Yes,
applied and it was just kind of meant to be.
I
Now
think so.
for big, yeah, yeah, for Big Turn this year, do you know when, where you play?
Yeah, yeah. I play on the Saturday at Mandy's at 7 p.m.
Mm,
and I'm really excited about that. And the other thing I wanted to mention about Big Turn was like all the cool different venues. Like there's bookstores, coffee
yeah.
shops, and it's you really do a great job of aligning the right. Like a singer-songwriter is perfect for a coffee shop or a bookstore. So you
Right.
guys, like, you just
We try.
it's awesome.
It's yeah.
But I'm really excited about playing at Mandy's, and I really yeah, that's what I just want to say. Mandy's on Saturday
Yeah.
night at 7 p.m., the 17th. So I hope I can
Yay.
see as many
Yeah.
of my New Prague alumni and like other New Prague or other Minnesota friends. I hope you all
Yeah.
come out. Come to
Oh
Red
yeah.
Wing. It's a
Yeah.
cool town. It's a
It
really cool
is.
town. It's such a great
Mm-hmm.
historic, beautiful town. And like
Mm-hmm.
with the old hotel there, the St. James Hotel is really
Yes.
cool. And just
Yes.
really I love historic stuff anyway. I actually rehabbed an old house when I lived in
Wow.
Indianapolis too. So I love historic architecture. Like it's so beautiful.
It really is. It really, really is. Oh, that's awesome. That's so great to hear. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
I grew up in Red Wing. I was born in Red Wing. That's my hometown. And so to just like hear everyone's like, "Oh, I love Red Wing. It's a beautiful town." I'm like, "Yeah, yes it
Yeah.
is."
With the
So,
river, with the river
mhm.
there, it's
Right, like I
beautiful.
mean,
And the
come
big
on.
bluffs. And the
Yes.
bluffs, you can go
Yes.
hiking and yeah,
Hmm.
it's awesome.
It's a gorgeous place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
It's not
outside
it
of oh,
Oh, I was gonna say it's not that far from Minneapolis, like it's not
no,
that far from the Twin Cities either. It's just so
it is
close.
not. I
And you can
know.
like spend a whole weekend with music and a great excuse to just get away for a weekend.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly. Yes. No, that's so great.
sorry I
So
interrupted you.
don't be sorry. You're all good. So outside of Big Turn, outside of the music world, what do you do in your like day to day?
Oh boy.
I
Well,
understand.
I actually I was teaching chemistry for like 10 years here
Mm,
locally at a small university, and I just resigned like a year ago. I
okay.
just kind of got burnt out from teaching, and I wanted to figure out
Yeah.
like what do I want to do next that I would really, really enjoy, and
Hmm.
also allow me to have enough energy to continue my music and continue my writing. So right now I'm just kind of exploring. I'm not working, and really getting used to it. That takes a little getting used to actually, because you
Yeah.
don't have a schedule, and I'm a pretty
Right.
motivated person in general, and so it's like, I got to keep my own schedule and like
Yep.
keep it together. So,
I understand that. I completely understand that. Oh,
yeah.
chemistry. I love science. I think science is super cool.
Yeah.
So that's awesome to hear that. I love when I talk to, musicians and artists and talk about, outside music, like what they do, because, there's a lot more that we do than just the music aspect. And it's
Right.
interesting to hear. It's like you have this kind of other persona compared to like you've got your music and you've got who you are when you perform and then you've got your day to day and then sometimes it's just so different and it's
Right.
really interesting but it's good to know that like you're putting your motivation and your passion towards what you love to do and that's that's just music and that's the music world and I think that's the most important thing is to just continuing to do what you would like and what you feel passionate about and pursuing that. And it's definitely inspiring. So keep up with that. I'm glad that you're a part of
Oh,
Big Turn.
well, I appreciate that so much. I mean, because of festivals like you guys, people like us artists actually have a place to
Yeah.
share, share their
Hmm.
work. And,
Hmm.
I'm just so grateful for you guys.
Yeah.
Really, and like, yeah, and that's what musicians have to do in general too. They have to find another form of
Right.
income and some sort of
Hmm.
lifestyle. I mean, I was in
Hmm.
clinical research for a long time,
Mm.
pharmaceutical research for a while, and then I went into teaching, all science focused. But I really try to, and I was tutoring, and when I had students, I always tried to encourage my students, my
Mhm.
science students, to, if you're gonna do music, keep doing it. Don't just stop. It's really a good balance
Yeah.
because, I mean, it's such an important part of life. And
It very much is.
yeah.
So then that kind of leads into a question I have. Who or what or whatever it may be inspires you to make the music that you do?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I think what inspires me is just life in general,
Mhm.
relationships, muses come in and go, like they'll
Yeah.
come into my life and then
Yeah.
kind of just flow through. A lot of times if I'm processing something, difficult, like emotionally, I mean, I guess I feel like songwriting and, music writing
Mhm.
is like therapy in a way. So if I'm
Yes.
processing my feelings towards somebody, maybe I'll write a song about it. And like when I lost my father
Mm.
a few years ago, I wrote a very sad song. But it
Oh
just
yeah.
really helps
Yeah.
process emotions. And then even
Hmm.
when people listen to them, it helps them process their emotions. So
Right.
I think that's what I really inspires me. In terms of writing, I want to write happy, uplifting, inspiring songs for people because
Hmm.
I want people to know that, you know, eh, being happy and enjoying life is a choice, really. And if you can be
Yeah.
reminded of that through my music, great.
Yeah.
Because I struggle with it. You know, I get
Right. Right.
I get into little funks. I'm just
Hmm.
like Eeyore.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I have to pull myself out. I'm usually a
Yeah.
glass half full kind of person, but man, I can get down sometimes, and the music helps. So that's kind of my inspiration for keeping going and
Yeah.
just, you know, making
That's good.
cool music too.
Yeah. No, and that there's something so beautiful in even in the darkest of times to, have music kind of come and stem from that because it's a way for you to not only process for yourself what's going on, but then also to have someone else possibly relate to what it is that you're talking about and what you're writing about and maybe
Yeah.
being able to help them too. And that is just that is unmatched. It's a very, very special thing. And so it's cool to hear that that's kind of what helps motivate you is just that. Um it shows that like you really do care about the music and what you do and it's just really great to hear and it's great to see, we love all of that. So kind of in line with that, do you have an artist or a soundtrack or an album that you just really connect with, you really love?
Well, shoot. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of folk artists that I've just been like,
Mhm.
um, Mary Gautier. Do you know how to
Hmm.
pronounce her name? I think that's how you
I'm
pronounce it.
I'm not familiar.
The
Let's look
name of
into
the
it.
song is Mercy Now, and it is
Mm.
just so moving, and it just talks that song is I'm working on, learning that song. Can't
Mhm.
quite play it well totally yet, but that is definitely I
Yeah.
love that song because it's just basically everybody needs mercy. Life is
Yeah.
hard, and I love that.
Mhm.
And I also like really upbeat stuff like Tom Petty, and like
Yeah.
Simon and Garfunkel. I
Classic.
love vocal harmonies so much. And
Yes.
I do have a little duo here. I have a Sing with a Gal in Town,
Mhm.
and our vocal, like I feel like I have a pretty decent voice, and I get told I have, you sound pretty, but like when we sing together, it
Mm.
is just so gorgeous. I love vocal harmonies. It's like one of my favorite things in the world. So
Hmm.
I'm actually actively recruiting other women
I love
nearby
that.
and afar
I love
to
that.
just be part of my cider girls group. I want to just have that,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
eventually, yeah, try to go on the road. I don't know
good.
how. Got to figure all that
Yeah.
out, but
Right, right. And that kind of leads actually right into my next question is like what are you working on now? Do you have anything planned? What do you want planned? Like what do you got in the works at the moment?
well, I actually right now I'm working on recording. I have 4 songs that I have like a chunk done,
Ooh.
like brand new ones. Like so I just released my very first EP in April.
Okay.
So it was like just around the time that I was at Big Turn last
Yeah.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have a physical CD.
Yay. We love that.
And then yeah, and then I have 4 more that I started these past couple months. And I'm working with a great producer in town here, Clara Baker.
Nice.
And she's amazing. And we're tomorrow, actually, I'm going up to Portland because I live in Corvallis, which is about an hour and a half south
Okay.
of Portland, Oregon.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And then be going up there tomorrow and to record the vocal tracks and harmonies and stuff.
Yay.
I
That's so
know.
exciting. We love new music. Everyone loves new music. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's,
Yay. Oh, well, this time has been so, so special. And I'm so glad that even though we have, what is a 3 hour difference, I think? Um, 2 or 3 hour difference? There's a difference. There's a time
two
difference.
two
Two,
hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for taking the time to be here and, doing this little interview and all the questions. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we kind of wrap it up here this afternoon?
No, just hope to see everybody that knows me come out to Big Turn February
Yay.
16th and 17th. I want to
Yes.
try to recruit as many of my friends there as possible, and yeah. So
Great.
just
Great.
really looking forward to it. So
Yes, we are
and
we are
thank you.
also looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Thanks for
Well, thank
having me.
you. Yeah, of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little wrap up and yeah. So give me just a moment.
Okay.
Well, thank you everybody so, so, so much for watching and being here with us. Um, it's right around the corner. The new year is this weekend. Crazy. Don't forget to get your tickets. The festival is right around the corner and it'll be here sooner than you know. You can find it on our website if you look up Big Turn Music Fest, or you could probably just look up Red Wingman and Soda, and it's something might pop up. But yeah, keep an eye out for the weeks to come. We've got some very special people in the future for interviews, and maybe a two or two here. But I am very much looking forward to seeing everybody at the festival in February. It is so close. I cannot wait. But thank you so much, and thank you again, Stacy, for being here. And you guys are great, and I will see you all with the next interview.